in this back room and then just kind of took off my clothes.
Okay, welcome in, guys. Welcome, YouTubeites, to the Cover Price Weekly Top 10 for the week ending June 24th, 2025. As you can tell, we got Marty back. He's already causing trouble. 2 seconds in, and he's causing trouble. So
yeah, that's what I do. It's what I do.
It's not the same without you, to be honest. And we got Ray Jr. filling in for Lando. So, Ray, thank you for being here.
Oh, my pleasure. I enjoy coming on here.
Yeah,
all right, let's see. What kind of intro do we want? Do you want to do one of our old school ones, Marty? What do you think?
No. Do one of those new ones. You know, I like the one that you guys posted on the group chat with the Snoop Dogg and.
I don't know which one that is. I have Pink. I have Prince. I have Schoolhouse Rock. I don't know which one it is.
Just pick one. Just
that one.
Yes.
How about this one?
That one.
Schoolhouse Rock. There we go.
As your body grows bigger,
your mind must flower.
It's great to learn,
'cause knowledge is power.
Conjunction, junction, what's your function?
Hooking up words and phrases and clauses.
Conjunction, junction, how's that function?
I got 3 favorite cards that get most of my
Function, conjunction, junction, what's their function?
I got and, but, and or. They'll get you pretty far. And that's an additive like this and that. But that's sort of the opposite. Not this, but that. This and 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 that.
You know, you know what? I think people are congregating out there right now, and I think maybe they need something to hype them up while they're congregating. I don't know. Do you have anything that's going to do that?
Want me to do another one?
I think so.
Atomically, Socrates' philosophies and hypotheses can't define how I be dropping these mockeries. Lyrically perform armed robbery, flee with the lottery. Possibly they spotted me. Battle scar, shogun, explosion when my pen hits tremendous. Ultraviolet, shine blind forensics. I inspect you through the future, see millennium. Killer bees sold 50 gold, 60 platinum. Shackling the matches with drastic rap tactics. Graphic displays melt the steel like blacksmith. Black Wu jackets, queen bees ease the Gunson. Rumble with patrolmen, tear gas, lace the function. Heads by the score, take flight inside a war. Ticks hit the floor, die hard bands demand more. Behold the bold soldier, control the glow slowly. Proceeds the blow, swinging swords like shinobi. Stomp grounds and pound footprints in solid rock. Who got it locked, performing live on your hottest block. Blah, 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 blah.
That's it, I think, because we are the hottest block on YouTube, right?
I love that. I love that. That is some good stuff. It was so nice. We had to do it twice.
Yeah, his stuff is so good. I actually meant to ping him today too to get a new one. We're gonna have DJ Chalet coming back too. Thanks to Rudy. So we'll see how that goes. I already reached out to her. We'll see what happens. But anyways, guys, welcome in. Let's do a quick round table. We'll start with you, Ray. Say what's up. Say what's good.
Start with me. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you, Laura and Marty, for having me back on. Like I said, I'm available anytime to be on here, except the following Tuesday after next, because I'll be in El Paso. We're going to go down there and see our son. He'll be coming back from Poland. So we're going to go down there and see him and then be back here. So, hey, it's always great to be on here.
See, there you go. Yeah, Lando's too busy getting drunk by the pool. It's some Canadian.
Yeah, he is. He's having a great. Well, what kind of Canadian holiday is it, by the way? Do you know? Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Type it in the chat if you guys know. I mean, what kind of Canadian holiday is it, and what's the significance?
Like a holiday every day, don't they?
Is it like our 4th of July? Is it like a Halloween? Well, what it's like? Let us know.
Might just be an excuse for him to drink by the pool. Is what I'm thinking. Okay, yeah, he's cooked, so he's gonna watch though and hang out with us. Marty, I'm so glad you're back. You ready to do this?
Greetings and salutations, geeks and geekettes. Welcome to another Tuesday night top 10 where you make the list. And let me tell you about this list. This list is very interesting because this is some old school stuff, and I love seeing this kind of things here on this list because you've got some old school stuff, and we don't see this very often on a Tuesday night top 10 shaker. We always see the modern things, the new things, which we have some of that on the list, but I definitely like seeing what we're gonna be talking about a little bit later on. So, but nevertheless, Ray, thank you for joining us, man. So glad. I mean, last minute, Ray was like, "Hell yeah, I'll come on, man." So appreciate you coming on. As you see, he's got that Superman logo shirt on, and I think you said for your next show, Ray, that you're gonna be doing something Superman themed.
Yeah, the music, the theme, I'm gonna post to the music. So I just got to cut it down to a minute. So my team is already gonna cut it down to a minute, and then I'm gonna just start practicing the first week of August. So that way, come October, I'm already good to go with the routine.
You guys have, if you guys don't know, Ray also has, besides the Asgardian Collector, he has Team Franklin Fitness. You guys go out there, support him, subscribe and follow. Show him some love out there. He posts a lot of workout videos and promotions and things like that, and he competes as well. For your age, over 50, brother, you look amazing. I can only imagine looking like you at that age, brother. Which I think, I am a year older, right?
Yeah.
He's setting goals, Marty. All right, let's dive in, though, guys. If you are just hopping in, welcome to the top 10. Like Marty was just saying, this list is made by you guys. We are looking at all aftermarket sales, units sold, and percentage growth. This is a good list. Last week was a little bit, I don't want to say boring, but a little predictable. This week's all over the place, and it's so cool to see, like what Marty was saying again, some of these old school books make the top 10 versus the shakers. So, all right, Marty, what do we have to kick off the runners up?
Yeah, runner up, and I love me some Greg Land, by the way, but Fantastic Four fanfare number 1, Greg Land, 616-day version, 1 per store, Marvel, June of 2025. What a way to celebrate the Marvel Universe. June 16th is 616 Day, as in the universe in which the main Marvel comic continuity takes place. Naturally, Marvel had to drop a book hyping up the holiday, especially as it leads into the Fantastic Four First Steps. To top it off, they delivered these 1 per store 616-day variants for Greg Land, and collectors thought it fitting to secure a copy or two. We tracked 19 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 100% and a high sale of $25 for a raw, very fine copy and a current raw, near mint, fair market value of $25. So not too bad for fair market value. If you are a Greg Land fan, I love his artwork. He does amazing work, very vibrant, very colorful, and the realism of his artwork style is very reminiscent of what you see not only in a lot of historic, if you will, or I guess Bronze Age type of covers. You don't see that very much nowadays. So big fan of Greg Land and really enjoy his stuff.
Yeah, I agree. Like, what was I just gonna say? Yeah, don't confuse us with 616. I don't like them. Remember, it's 616 day, it's 616 day, not the store. I know.
What do you mean? You don't like who? 616 what?
The retailer. I'm not a fan of that store at all. But anyway, yeah, Greg Land, solid stuff. It's just a tough one to find.
Okay.
Yeah, we have one person on the board out of everybody, so that's saying something. What do you think, Ray?
Yeah, Greg Land, I like his artwork. So, and this is a Virgin cover, so I like those a lot as well. I got quite a few of those, but can't go wrong with Greg Land. And I'm excited for this Fantastic Four movie, even though I think the thing should be a little bit taller. But hey, that's just me.
I can't wait. I'm with you. All right. Runners up this week, guys. Fantastic Four, fanfare number 1, Greg Land, the 616-day Virgin variant, 1 per store. Raw, very fine, $25. 7-day trend, 100%. Ray, officially kick us off.
All righty. We got the New Mutants number 98 by Rob. I Can't Draw Feet Liefeld. The rumor mill turns out another big hitter, well, a top hitter at that. If you haven't heard, rumors have been floating around that Ryan Reynolds, a.k.a. Deadpool, is penning an X-Force script for the MCU. The script reportedly features Reynolds, Deadpool, Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, and Josh Brolin's Cable. It supposedly will introduce the MCU's new Storm. Keep in mind that this is our all hearsay. Remember, hearsay. With no evidence to support these claims. Still, we live in a hobby that is affected the same way by confirmed news and rumors. Both make the books a hot ticket, definitely. Item on the aftermarket. We track 16 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 18% with a high sale of $1,295 for a CGC 9.8 copy and a current raw near mint fair market value of $368, and that is New Mutants 98 from 1991.
This is really starting to slowly progress upwards again, because if you looked at the trend, you see how this went down after the movie, and then kind of stayed at a consistent level around 600 to 800, and then now we see it just steadily rising to a 9.8 at 1,295. So as we see more news on this, I think we're going to see this rise again. Not a good time to buy, but a good time to sell.
Yeah, I have it as well, but unfortunately, mine's graded by CBCS, so I got to get that fixed. And mine's a 9.4, so it's not up there with the 1,200, but it is what it is. So, but
yeah,
Deadpool, is gonna fit. There's a lot of Deadpool fans out there, so they're gonna, make his stuff rise, in my opinion. So. The book could go back down after, Doomsday. Mm-hmm. So never know. So if you don't have it, I guess this is about the cheapest you'll get it for right now until, the market starts to go back down. So if
there's
you
a lot
have
of people
it,
on the site that made the list. This book kicked it off. It seems to be one of those blue chips that everybody kind of owns. And right now, Rattlesnake is at 100%. So well done to you. You guys already said it all. It's not the best time to be buying. I think you could actually get this cheaper. Jeffrey commented in the chat as well. This is kind of an odd sale, but keep an eye on it. It's one that everybody should own. So number 10, the New Mutants, number 98, officially kicking off our list with a top sale for a 9.8, $1,295, 7-day trend of 18%. Now it's going to get interesting. I feel like the rest of this list is really good. Yeah. All right, what do we got next, Marty?
What do we got going on? We have Exquisite Corpse number 1, Michael Walsh, second print, black and white, polybagged with trading card 1:10 ratio, image June 2025. This first issue has been making its rounds on the aftermarket. Fans of Tinian have been chasing down retailer incentives and con exclusive all month. Its variants have been top-selling covers since the first issue was released last month. It comes as no surprise that this past week's release of the first issue, second print, is making our charts once more. This second print black and white retailer incentive is a hit and has been steadily growing in value. It's a hot cover for completionists who want all this great artwork. We tracked 14 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 11%, with a high sale of $50 for a raw near mint copy and a current raw near mint fair market value of $38. Okay. Once again, just like the Reed said, I think, there's a huge following so far of Exquisite Corpses, and there's even talks that, something like this, and I believe by our boy Lando, amongst other things, that this is actually something that would make a good live action.
It was almost developed. You can tell it was written with that purpose in mind. It was written like they already knew that it was going to be developed. I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting. I like to see where it goes, but nevertheless, even without that, this book seems to have some type of organic cult following to it already. So we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, it's a really good read. I got to I had the preview of number 3, so issue 3, and it's every issue so far has been stronger than the last. So I can see why this has the momentum behind it. Have you read this, Ray?
No, I haven't read it. Didn't tickle my fancy, so I haven't read it.
Yeah, tickle my fancy. Yeah. And what does tickle your fancy, Ray?
100-pound dumbbells.
I see.
This is also called season 1. I like that right there. It's called.
Right.
Yeah, I don't see this thing slowing down anytime soon. Issue 1 had so many good covers, but the Jay Lee was my personal favorite. So if you can find that one when you're out hunting around,
Jay Lee is on another level with his artwork.
Lately, everything's hitting so hard with his stuff lately. I don't know. I've been collecting him for a while.
Thundercats.
Yeah, Rocketeer for me was my favorite.
Rocketeer. Jay Lee, I mean, he knocks out bangers, and he definitely has that style you can definitely relate to too. He does beautiful work.
Yeah. All right, number 9, Exquisite Corpses, number 1, the Michael Welsh second printing, black and white, polybag with trading card 1 in 10, coming in raw near mint at $50 and a 7-day trend of 11%. We are cruising right along. What do we have for number 8?
Number 8, we have Marty's guy. The Amazing Spider-Man, number 129 by this guy's very talented. Gil Kane. Regular. Produced February 1974. July 31st, 2026 seems so far away, but that doesn't stop fans from getting hyped up over the next Spider-Man film. Spider-Man Brand New Day has had huge... What is it? Somebody snoring?
It's Marty's dog snoring.
I thought it was a freight train outside.
Right?
Okay. Yeah. That was me. I apologize. That was my stomach, man.
Has had huge casting news announcements from the return of old cast members like Zendaya and Jacob Batalon to newcomers like Sadie Sink. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. Love me some Sadie Sink. News has been explosive. This latest drop isn't for the faint of heart either. John Bethroll will reprise his role as the Punisher in the next Spidey movie. This was a huge drop and sent fans on the hunt for Punisher's first appearance, hoping this means Punisher will be getting tons more time in the MCU spotlight. We tracked 19 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 7% with a high sell of $14,400 for a CGC 9.8 and a current raw, very good fair market value of 1,165 simoles. There you have it, folks. The Amazing Spider-Man number 129.
Yes. This has 2 things going for it. Well, multiple things going for it if you look at it. You've got the first appearance of the Punisher on there, first of all, right? So that alone, and especially with how John Bernthal really portrayed this character, that sends this book skyrocketing. But even before that, this was always a key collector book right here. And then now that we have the Spider-Man film coming up with this, this is just bringing the hype even more. The price of this book, this is an organic book. It always has been. This is the first appearance of a major character. I mean, you're not going to get any, especially a 9.8, anything less than something like this, man. If anything, these books are going to continue to go up. If you don't have a copy of this, good luck. Good luck. Amongst like a lot of other books, I have a copy of this book, but mine is a very low copy. I have a 4.5, which is unpressed. So I'm thinking about actually getting it cleaned and pressed and see, resend it in for grading. But yeah, here we go. Gil Kane, another amazing person right there. So many good things about this book.
And if Sadie gets cast as Mayday, isn't that kind of the rumor, right?
Mm-hmm.
That she's gonna be Mayday. If that's the case, like maybe we should be looking into What If and scooping some of those up while we still can, because that has.
I mean, what ifs? I mean, look at the What If with Jane Foster had become Thor. I mean, that was a sought out book for quite some time because Jane Foster had come out in the movie, and so I wouldn't be surprised. A lot of what ifs, even What If number 4. I'm sorry, not What If number 4. What If number 1? That's a sought out number 1 book for that, especially volume 1. So
yeah, and getting that first Mayday, if she ends up getting that cast, oh man, I could see that. Read the tea leaves, guys. I think it's what's the issue number? Is it 104 or 105?
Which one?
The first Mayday. Is it 105?
Oh, don't get me the
I think it is. I think it's 105. So that's one I'd be looking at too. So number 8, The Amazing Spider-Man 129, Gil Kane regular, and 9.8 coming in at $14,400. 7-day trend of 7%. Oh, that's a cool book. All right, hold on. I'm totally not paying attention. What do we have next for number 7?
105 to answer your question, Laura.
Yeah, I thought it was 105. I wasn't positive, but okay, good. That makes me feel better.
You're on it, doggone it. Oh, yeah.
Your turn, Marty.
We're back with Giant Size X-Men number 1. Again, Gil Kane. Custom Hasbro GameStop reissue foil. Published by Marvel, June 2025. The great foil rush of June is still going. Fans rush to the minds of GameStop in hopes of securing this precious treasure, and foil reprints of Giant Size X-Men #1. By now, most GameStops have been cleaned out of the book. In order to secure a copy, you are required to purchase 2 Marvel Legendary figures, although every GameStop seems to have their own rules. If you missed out, the likelihood of you finding this book in the wild is slim to none. Your best shot is to fight other collectors at the forefront of the bidding wars on the aftermarket. Everyone wants a copy, and the demand is still high for this shiny reprint. We tracked 45 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 4%, with a high sale of $38 for a raw near mint copy and a current raw near mint fair market value of $38. And if you are, me personally, I mean, if you're a completist and you like the covers and you have this book, that's not a big deal, right? No problem. But me personally, I don't even own a original one of these yet, so that's more on my list to get.
Yeah. Everybody in the chat, we talked about this the first time this popped up, where I was under the impression that there was a foil this already done. And apparently it was big time. So I would just go buy one from them. I don't, unless there's like something on here that differentiates it as Hasbro. Do you guys know?
I don't see anything.
Okay. Well, yeah, I wasn't going nuts to hunt this down. What about you, Ray?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Not for Ray. Yeah,
not for Ray either.
Right?
Yeah.
Not for
Ray.
No. Like Silverhawks, Thundercats, Space Ghost, stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, it has different ads inside the book, so that makes it different.
Yeah.
Number 7.
I thought comic books had ads in them.
So basically what I'm gathering from everybody on the panel is
Yeah.
Yeah, we're kind of, there we go. The Marvel logo is a difference. Okay. Well, there you go. Number 7, Giant Size X-Men #1, custom Hasbro GameStop foil reissue, raw near mint at $38. And the 7-day trend is now at 4%. What do we have for number 6?
Number 6, we have Mr. Miracle. That was created by the great Jack Kirby, September 1971. A couple of weeks ago, we got hit with the news out of left field. A Mr. Miracle animated series was coming to the DCU. DC's TV properties have so far included Creature Commandos, which that is on point. That's fire right there. And we'll soon add the Lanterns. I can't wait for that. And then Peacemaker Season 2. Season 1 was on point as well. In a time where the animation medium is being taken more seriously, Gunn is using it to max potential as he builds the new DC universe. On top of the series announcement, a banner teaser was dropped. The image features Mr. Miracle making googly eyes at Big Barda. That's my girl right there, Big Barda, on the beach. Like the love interest will feature heavily in the series, and fans are securing their copy of her first appearance, which I do have. Thank you. We tracked 18 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 38%, with a high sale of 429 smacks for a CGC 9.4 copy and a current raw fine fair market value of $72.
Okay. Get yourself a raw, still attainable. Let me tell you what I love about James Gunn's universe. He includes so many offshoot characters, and he brings them to life. And he includes, not only does he do the mainstream characters like Superman, and he'll come up with a lot of the other A-list superheroes, but I love how he integrates all these offshoot characters as well. James Gunn is not only just doing the movies, he's doing, once again, Creature Commando, great series, by the way. And then you have the Peacemaker Season 2, which is going to be leading in from after Creature Commandos. So that's going to take that. And now we're looking at a Mr. Miracle. That's going to be integrated into the universe as well. And so you've got so much integration going on with this DC, and I love that. I love what he is doing with it. I love how he is reviving this universe. I really enjoy it. Not that I need to be revived, because I really enjoyed Jack Snyder's take on the Justice League and all the A-list superheroes. But I like to see, a different take of what Gunn is doing. It's really going to be fun. It's really going to be interesting. You already see it with Superman. That's going to be coming soon. I mean, he's got so much going on. So I'm just going to get off my soapbox here because I think I'm a little long-winded tonight.
And I'm looking to second that. I'm definitely looking forward to it because, like you said, he takes like the small minor characters. I'm gonna say C-list because everybody knows Guardians of the Galaxy. Nobody read their comics when we was growing up, so he made them a hit. So I'm looking for the Demon. I'm looking for Commandy, the Lost Boy. I'm looking for those smaller characters when he comes, when they come on the big screen. That's what I'm looking for. So, and to make sure that nobody talks about you, Marty, it was Zack Snyder, not Jack Snyder.
I'm sorry. Did I screw that up? Yeah.
But other than that, hey, this is a book you got to have. Like I said, I'm a big Barta fan. I got that first appearance, and I'm just happy with my copy. I think mine's a 4.5 copy, so I'm good.
Yeah. Good,
Oh
man.
my gosh.
Better a low copy than a no copy, as they say, right?
There you go.
Wait, hold on, Ray. Is there really a porno with Big Barda in it?
No.
No.
I don't know.
I don't know.
What kind of movies are you watching?
There's multiple comments about it. I thought maybe there was like an insinuation.
What they're probably doing is because sometimes they do like those bootleg what's it called, cosplay type movies, but no, ain't no Big Barda.
I think you might have downloaded the wrong movie.
Liger says there is.
And thought maybe that was the original.
No, hold on. This is real. Look, Action 593. There's Jennifer. She's saying it's true too. So
my goodness.
Okay.
A parody porn? No. If there is, I haven't seen it, but it's very interesting.
We're gonna move on there. Number 6, Mr. Miracle number 4. The top sale for a 9.4 at $429. 7-day trend of 38%. If I end up being right, I'm never gonna let either of you guys live this down. I'm gonna boom.
This is very interesting. I'm very, very curious about this. And I think we're gonna have to talk in the green room a little bit more about that.
No, hold on. We're not talking in the green room. I'm gonna look it up right now. So let's see. Action.
No, it says it's a controversial story. That's what it says.
593. Okay, hold on. Sorry, I'm staring at
because Superman and Big Barda on the cover of 593, they're kissing. But who doesn't kiss? But okay.
Yeah, I've never had the pleasure of looking into this book, but apparently it's definitely a thing.
Oh, I guess I'm gonna go buy it then.
I know. Now that's gonna be on the list next week. Now that we all know. All right.
I'd be interested. Tag me in that, Ray. I'd love to see that one,
maybe, man. Mr. Miracle, not stronger Superman, I guess. I don't know.
Thank you, Cliff on Comics. You got me. I appreciate it. Yeah. Anyways, we'll have to do this later. Okay, we're halfway there. Sorry about the tangent. Before we move on, make sure you guys give the show a thumbs up if you're having fun, if you're learning something new, and I do every week. So,
I'm definitely learning a lot about Laura tonight. That's for sure.
It was the chat. What do we have for number 5?
Number 5 Bring On the Bad Guys. Doom number 1. Scan Skrissuon. Midtown Comics, Marvel, June of 2025. When reading this book, it is clear that Sister Sorrow big reveal is supposed to be the main drive to collect this issue. Her first appearance and cover appearance had been sitting on the aftermarket, not making many waves. However, this Midtown Comics variant has made quite an impact. Right now, the comic community is Doom crazy. Doom covers have been flying off the shelves upon release. Admittedly, this is a sick cover of Doom and Wolverine, making it a purchase that is very hard to resist, and most haven't. This cover has been the top seller of this recently released series. We tracked 6 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 5%, with a high sale of $50 for a raw near mint copy and a current raw near mint fair market value of $41. Wow, so this is already on the aftermarket, selling for around $50. This is the Midtown Comics variant exclusive. So typically, this is a beautiful cover. I think it's gorgeous. It's so simple. It's got that use of that dark negative space in the background. It really stands out, and he really brings out the metallic adamantium, I guess.
Yeah, it's badass.
Yeah, it's sick. It's just like the Reed said, it's sick,
That's pretty dope cover right there. That's pretty dope.
Ooh, we got Ray on board. There we go. Yeah, Jen's saying that's still available at Midtown too. So maybe you could get it, at one of your
Probably
LCS.
about $1,000 at Midtown.
Yeah.
They probably already know. It's probably marked up, but yeah, this reminds me a little bit of like a style that Raza would do. I like it. It's an evergreen piece. It's very, very, what's the word? Tough. This is a tough cover.
Yeah, very much so.
All right. Ray, would you pay $50 for it?
No.
15?
Yeah, maybe
I'd pay 15. I'd pay 15 for it.
If
Absolutely.
I'm bored, probably, yeah.
If I'm bored. No, it's a beautiful cover. I mean, and it's a variant. I mean, it's just to have for the cover itself. I mean, I know everything Doom has been going, pretty crazy, especially with a lot of the release of the news and Robert Downey Jr. and everything like that. I mean, so we're going to see a boost in a lot of things that are going to represent that, especially Doom. We're going to see a lot of that. But, it's interesting how this aftermarket is going. I mean, I'm not for or against what these guys are speculating on. I'm just curious. I'm very interested in seeing how it's going.
Now, if it had Thor's hammer smashed in that mask, then yeah, I'd pay 50. Yeah.
Well, there you go. Collect what you like, right?
Yeah.
Ray, I think it's funny that you're like, what's that noise? I don't feel like I can do this show without Marty's dog snoring. Like, it feels like there's a sound.
And I can't believe that I forgot that that's what it was. I was like, what the? Wait a minute. I thought
Ray,
my son was in the back.
Ray used to have a bulldog as well, but named Biscuit, and I used to always send Biscuit like these little chew bones and these little treats every once in a while. But yeah, Ray, you used to, did he not snore like that?
Oh yeah. Yeah, he
yeah,
did.
yeah. That's what I thought. Yeah.
Well, number 5, Bring on the Bad Guys, Doom number 1, the Midtown Comics variant with a raw near mint coming in at $50, 7-day trend, 5%. Now this one's on the list again. That's interesting. What do we have for number 4?
Well, this was Exquisite Corpse number 2. The one we just saw was number 1 that Marty talked about, but this is by Michael Walsh, a secret foil. So if you take an extremely popular series like Exquisite Corpse and drop a secret variant cover for it, chances are it ends up on the top 10 list. Whoa, go figure. In a time where we are bombarded with information as to what books might be hot, a secret cover always brings back the old school chase. Most of the time, neither the retailer nor the customer knows that the cover is dropping, and they are usually very limited. The heck, that mean the retailer don't know? Come on, they gotta know. Last week's foil cover quickly moved to the aftermarket, where latecomers scrambled to grab the book before it kept going up in value. We tracked 37 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 2%, with a high sell of $90 for a raw near mint copy and a current raw near mint fair market value of $46. And there you have it, Exquisite Corpse number 2, Michael Walsh secret foil.
Secret foil.
Yeah. Seeing this title on here multiple times is like, it's impressive. Like, this is just the story that's pushing this book along, and people are really having faith that it's going to end up eventually with some sort of adaptation. So, I mean, definitely, I wouldn't see one.
I hope so, because I recently just seen the trailer for Revival, and I'm not really impressed, to be honest with you. I was kind of thought it would be a little bit more to it and a little bit better, but we'll see, I guess.
It depends on who's developing it. And yeah, what Jen was saying, the secret variants, we don't know when we're getting those. Like, you just like open the box and there's like a random book. You're like, oh, what's this? Then you look it up and figure out that it's the secret drop. They don't even tell us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I learned something new then. They don't tell you. Okay.
Yeah, they really don't. Like, a lot of times we just are surprised. We're like, we don't remember ordering this. And we'll look it up. We're like, oh, okay, that's the secret one. That's why. All right, number 4, Exquisite Corpses. Number 2, the Michael Walsh secret foil, raw near mint, coming out at an impressive $90 and a 7-day trend of 2%. We are almost done tonight, guys. What do we have for number 3, Marty?
Okay, bringing in number 3 is They Choose Violence number 1, Raza recalled, page 5 repeated, artist, writer, and artisan Inc., June of 2025. Just like the era cover before this and the secret cover after, recalled books are prime collector items. Most of the time, these misprinted books immediately stop distribution, and retailers are instructed to throw them out and not sell them. Of course, a few collectors always get their hands on the books before the recall, and the book becomes a top rarity to chase. This is the case with this Raza cover that has repeated page printed on the interior. Page 5. The recalled issue has made their way to aftermarkets, and collectors of this oddities are hunting them down. We tracked 24 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 100%, with a high sale of $25 for a raw near mint copy and a current raw near mint fair market value of $18. And okay, once again, we always see there's always a market for recalled books, error books. This is always going to be something that's it doesn't surprise me at all, because we see this many in a lot of older books too, error reprints or what have you. And so I don't, this is just something that's new, but it's always funny how a lot of books that are recalled still make it out, though, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't want to speak for other retailers, but like when you get a book, it's very difficult to just like throw it away when you can still sell it. So. Oh,
really, Laura?
I'm not saying that we do, of course, not even a little bit, because we would never do that. But, I think it's interesting though. Covers A and B, according to James, both have the error, but this is the one that made the list, probably because it's Raza, and anything Raza, I think people scoop up too.
Of course, he does great work.
He really does. I still want his Labyrinth cover so bad, but I can't get my hands on it.
Oh my God, I know. I'm so sad I missed out on that one.
Yeah, me too. Anything to add to this one, Ray?
No, ma'am. Let's move on.
All right, number 3, They Choose Violence. Number 1, Raza recalled. You get page 5 repeated. Keep in mind, like we said before, A and B both have that error. It's coming in at $25, but you can probably still find it in stores. Wonder if most retailers even know. What do we have for number 2?
We got another error book. I got that. But Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion number 1 by Sarah Pichelli. The error for this book is missing dialogue. How you do that? Okay. It took a couple of weeks, but a keen observer found this rare misprint in the first issue of Spider-Man's Incursion series. It's actually not a small error. There is a whole page, 6 panels that feature speech bubbles with no dialogue. As you'll see with the next top 10 entry, if there is one thing a collector loves, it is a good chase for a misprint issue. There was no recall for this issue. The print run has been left in the wild, so you may be lucky and stumble across one. For those who want to eliminate the element of chance, you can make your way to the aftermarket and hunt down your copy of this error print. We tracked 11 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 28%, with a high sale of $40 for a raw near mint copy and a current raw near mint fair market value of $30. So if you want it, it's still out there. Go get it.
Okay. Well, okay. Now we're looking at, okay, 1 is understandable, but now we're looking at 2, which is a pattern. Okay. Is someone not looking QA in these books before they're getting out? Because both these books were both released in June of 2025. Okay. So I'm a little bit kind of, skeptical about error now, because I'm seeing 2 things now. And like they say, one is
though, it's just coincidence, right? I mean, it's AWA and Marvel.
Yeah, okay, coincidence.
It's probably like one of those, they're rushing because they're trying to get the stuff out, which we all know things happen or whatever. But like you said, Marty, quality control, there should be some guy or gal be like checking to make sure, okay, that first book, everything's good to go. Not like, yep, it's good. Not even opening and looking. Right. Like, what was it?
Come on. So is either someone not doing their job?
Yeah, Marvel Super Wars. What was that, number 1? Like Galactus is in blue or something. That little error or whatever. So
yeah,
somebody's got to, or maybe the printing they didn't put the letter. I don't know. I'm not. Okay, I ain't making no excuse for them.
That's what it sounds like to me, Ray. Is that you trying to make excuses for him? You're trying to, but you're doing a terrible job at debating this, man.
Yeah, they jacked it up.
I think there's something else on this
They
book,
just screwed up,
too.
dude.
Just to make this a little bit more intriguing, if anybody has this, is there anything wrong with the printing, color printing on this book? Because Liger's under the impression there's another misprint that has to do with this one. So I don't know.
Oh, of course there is. Another misprint. Wow.
Oh my gosh, you guys are going to get Marty
Man.
going.
Good Lord.
Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion #1, the Sarah Pichelli error. It's missing dialogue, and it's a raw near mint, $40. 7-day trend of 28%. We are there, folks. What do we have for this week's? Jen predicted this last week, and I was like, it's an okay cover, it's fine, but she predicted this. What do we have for #1?
Yeah. And okay, so #1 brings you Star Wars Doctor Aphra, Chaos Agent #1. This is the Sarah Pichelli 1-in-25 ratio.
It's
Marvel
Pichelli,
June.
you guys. Pichelli. Picture the CH
Pichelli.
being a K.
And you got to say it with your hands in the air.
Oh, yeah. You
Yes.
have to say it. Hold on. You got to go Pichelli.
Don't count.
Pichelli. Like that.
Pichelli. Pichelli.
Perfect. Perfect.
The Chaos Agent #1 by Sarah Pichelli, 1-in-25.
Yes, got it.
Okay. Marvel June of 2025. This series was released last week and it was a major hit. The series received tons of positive praise, and the cover art was the cherry on top. Sarah Pichelli
There you go.
illustrated a beautiful cover for Doctor Aphra. If you think it looks familiar, it is an homage to Adam Hughes as Catwoman #51. On this cover, Catwoman's numbers are those from the TV series Lost. In addition to being a retailer variant and an awesome homage cover, this cover also has a secret message written in Arabic. The placard reads, Shelly Aphra, 692006, New Republic Custody. A little Easter egg for Star Wars fans. This cover has so many awesome qualities that fans race to the aftermarket to make it the top-selling book of the week. We tracked 16 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 65%, with a high sale of $125 for a CGC 9.8 copy and a current raw near mint fair market value of $87. Okay, so nothing to take away from this. Every cover that I've seen that was an homage to the Catwoman 51 has always been, a sought-off key issue, because people are, once again, looking at homage covers, and there's a collector out for that. Now, I collect Star Wars comic books, and I also collect Doctor Aphra, and I saw this, but and I saw what it was going for too, and as much as I love it, I just don't, I can't verify, I can't, I guess, see myself dropping that much for a 1-in-25. So I just went for the A cover, to be honest.
So you don't think it's going to come down?
It's going to come down eventually, I think. But I look at all these Dr. Aphra books, I mean, even the Star Wars books. Okay, look at the trend on this. Every book that's come out, there's always been multiple variants. Whether it's a Pablo or a Karen Darbo or an Emma Lupacino or a Sarah Pichelli.
Look at Marty flexing, Ray, his Star Wars muscles right now. He's like, whether it's this or it's this or it's this.
Yeah. But we're also going to see that an A cover is always going to be a sought out #1 for every collector, and it's about it eventually. If the A covers, it will always be a hit, So that's my opinion. That's based off trend of what I've seen in the past. This is an homage cover. There's a collector collection for this, but once again, when it comes to any Star Wars cover, I always see the A cover will always outsell these.
Yeah, I dig this. I think this is really cool. I like the original as well. What do you think, Ray?
No, I don't want you to get me wrong. I love the cover, and absolutely, if I could get my hands on it for a good price, I would get it. But
I enjoy. I like the cover. Like Marty said, the homage covers. I like getting certain ones. I probably would get this book. Because I'd be in there and be like, yeah, let me get this just for, craps and giggles. Go ahead and get it.
If you get it at a decent price, I think that always makes a difference. So those of you out there that got it at $25, that's not bad. I would definitely pay ratio.
Oh yeah, for sure, absolutely.
If you go to your LCS long enough, be like, hey man, let me get this for this. They might work with you.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll have to find out if we got these, actually. I'll have to ask Ant. So number 1, Star Wars, Doctor Aphra, Chaos Agent number 1, the Sarah Pichelli variant, 1 in 25, a 9.8 coming in at 125, and a 7-day trend of 65%. Yeah, a lot of people in the chat made the board this week, so that's good to see. Some of you zeroed out, which is unfortunate, but what are you gonna do?
I was 2. I had 2 out of 10. There's one of them.
I think I was 2 out of 10 as well, maybe.
Yeah. I got the big Barda, so now I have to go get her porn exclusive, I guess now.
Her porn exclusive, man.
I'm telling you,
and this was with Superman or Wonder Woman. What was it?
It was with Superman.
It was Superman.
Yeah.
593. So once I get done with the gym in the morning, I'm going straight to the LCS. Be like, hey man, I need you to find this book. I was told there was some extra
see
going on in there. So
you see what the show does to you, man. It hooks you in, man.
Hey, if I open that book and I see Ron Jeremy in there, I'm gonna fall out.
No, it sounded familiar because we did a show about like controversial covers and books or something like that, and I believe that was part of the show. So I remember it being.
If that book pops up on the number 1 in the top 10 next week, I'm gonna die laughing.
That's too funny.
We're starting a trend, right?
Well, we're starting a trend.
Superman and Barda into making a porn. There's Gabe. Gabe's like, yes, I have this. I have 5 of them.
I bet you Gabe's probably got a couple copies of those.
Gabe has everything crazy.
What? Big Barda be wishing what? I'd be what?
Big Barda be wishing that Ray would get her in the big booty position. I just read that out loud. Thanks. Yeah.
No idea.
You. Hey, Big Barda about 7'5".
Laura, you read that totally out there. Now they're gonna have to bleep that out.
I should have normally I proofread the comments before reading them, but that one I just went for it.
Yeah, you did. You had a blonde moment, did you not?
Yeah, they used to do that to me on purpose. They would put weird shit in the comments, and I would just like read it out loud. Then Darkseid broke into Mr. Miracles and made him watch it. This is not a joke. He's saying it's true.
Yeah,
Okay. Anyways, guys, thanks for being here. We loved having you. This was an interesting night. Let's do some sit round table. Ray, always a pleasure. Always a pleasure to have
like
you.
I said in the beginning, thank y'all for having me on. Whenever you need me, I'll be here to fill in or whatever. Except on the week of the 7th, like I said, I'll be in El Paso. We'll be visiting our son and granddaughter. So, but other than that, I'm free. I have nothing else but going to the gym, eating, working out,
and hanging out with us. Right? It's fun.
Yeah.
It's always a good
Tuesdays.
time. Yeah,
Tuesday 7:45, just for me to log in.
Yeah.
I know we're gonna have some openings coming up here soon because, like I said, Lando's going somewhere. But anyway,
Ray,
Marty,
you can Ray, you can always, if I'm gone, man, you can always take,
Yeah, just message me, let me know.
Yeah.
Nobody can fill Marty's shoes. Nobody. Not
I try my best.
Marty's irreplaceable.
So one thing I appreciate that, and I love you guys for that. And so one thing I'm going to really take away from the show tonight is the fact that my panel members really enjoy cartoon porn, and that's just going to stick to my mind, tonight.
Oh, heavy metal, baby.
Well, Ray,
once you get it, you got to tag me in that, man. I'd love to see what that looks like, man. But I had an amazing time.
Him, hey, I need all the copies you got. If he's because it's a big LCS where they have a lot of back issues. If he's got like
Ray's gonna set the aftermarket next week.
I'll send Laura one. I'll send you one, and that way everybody has a copy.
Yeah.
Anyways, turn this off, Marty. I gotta go. We have the runners up, guys. So remember that.
Yeah, don't forget, Laura and the ladies, they have the runner-up show tonight. So on Nearing Nirvana. So make sure you guys go check that out. Ray, as always, we appreciate you coming in and jumping in and talking comic books. This was a really good show tonight. I mean, I had a really good time. It was was a fun show, you know. And then, as always, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for joining us as always. We miss you, Lando, out there. Please be safe. I know it's a Canadian holiday. You're having fun.
There was no holiday. Somebody said it was no holiday.
He's just making that up, right? So he could drink. It's a holiday.
Oh, maybe he said he was on holiday. Maybe that's what he meant. He was on holiday.
Maybe that's what
he was on vacation. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because you know, Europeans, other people, Americans, that we say we're going on vacation, and they say they go on holiday. You know, so that's kind of like the difference.
You sure about that, or are you just making that shit up?
No, I'm serious, man. That's what they do. They even in Asia, everybody says we're going to go on holiday. The Americans are the only ones I think to say, well, we're going to go on vacation.
Not a holiday until next Tuesday.
Yeah, it's St. John Baptist.
Laura. Okay. Yeah. I know you got to go, Laura. So thank you guys for joining us as always. Don't forget Tuesday too. Now that's the night to be on, because you kind of get to figure out what you really have, because a lot of those we see on the Shakers on Thursdays is what we see in back issues and collector, in their collections and stuff like that. So, Ray, hopefully you can join us, man. But nevertheless, Lady Laura, take it away.
All right, guys, we will be back next week. Make sure you give everybody a follow and stay tuned. Right after this, we'll be covering 12 through 20 on the Runners Up Show. Have a good night.
For the entire crew, this is TiVo saying keep digging in them long boxes. Peace out.